Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone show. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the illustrious man himself, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom land. Sorry, I was distracted for a second there.
That's all right. I'm always distracted. So, squirrel. What? No, just kidding. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome. We are continuing our series on Road to She-Hulk. And the Disney Plus series starts pretty soon, actually. And so pretty excited about that. The trailers have looked splendorific. And so today we are going to be talking a little bit more about things that we believe help lead up to the She-Hulk series. Now, Mr. Mike, what specifically is our topic on Prelude to She-Hulk today?
We will be talking World War Hulk.
Hulk smash. So
and we get my favorite Hulk, big, dumb, green, and strong, just flat out strong Hulk. That's the way
right. Yes. So with that being said, everybody, we normally kind of do what's in the news and then kind of what's on our Geekdar kind of a thing. And one of the things I noticed, I don't have a whole lot of information about, but it got announced this week that Batman 2, the Robert Pattinson Batman 2, that has not been greenlit yet. So
that's interesting.
It is. I think with all the thing, because remember last week, you Mike, you had brought up the whole thing about Batwoman.
Yeah, or Batgirl.
Or Batgirl, excuse me. Yeah, Batgirl getting canned, at 90 million. Is that what you said?
90 million. Yep.
Man. So with that being said, are they going to, I guess they're trying to do are they rethinking their strategy kind of a thing, do you think? Or?
Well, you're just saying that Batman 2 hasn't been greenlit. That's all. I mean, it's not like they really
right.
Money on
as far as we know, I guess it was Matt Reeves. I mean, at Comic-Con, they were like, yeah, I'm excited about doing it, that kind of a thing. So I
still don't see that going away. I mean,
okay. They made a chunk of money.
Yeah, it made a chunk of money. And I think the second one will follow suit. I think it'll make just as much money as the first one did. Warner Brothers Discovery is not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. And right. I think that's what you got with this Batman. You could be looking at as big a franchise as the Christopher
Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan franchise. Batman. And that was huge. It was a huge franchise.
Right, so, right.
And it doesn't play into the DCU at all. It's outside of the DCU, so you don't have to worry about any connectivity of that. I don't think we're in danger yet. I think it just hasn't been greenlit. It's probably the new regime has taken over, and right now they're dealing with the most important issues on hand, which would be the movies that are done or close to done, and they haven't started that one. So gotcha. I honestly I don't think I think we just wait on that one.
Right.
I don't think it did get dropped that Joker 2 is going to happen, and it is going to have Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga actually tweeted out a little promo pic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like a background, poster type thing. No real artwork or anything, just kind of an outline of, I think,
okay.
and then of Harley Quinn and I don't remember what else was on that, but
but this is Joaquin Phoenix.
yes, this is the
Joker.
Joker, right?
Oh, interesting.
So she did confirm that she is going to be in Joker 2, and it is happening. I'm still concerned that there's still reports that it's going to be a musical, and I really, really don't like this idea.
That's just from I can't imagine that, but it's been kind of a weird thing anyway. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the first movie was a good movie. I mean, we covered that. We covered on
after I finally watched it.
Yeah, after our Two Geeks philosopher Aaron and I kind of twisted your arm into watching it. So.
Right.
That was fun.
You may have to do the same for this one.
Well, you might have to twist my arm for this one. I don't know
if it's a musical.
I don't know. It just worries me.
Right.
Another rumor that I just saw, I mean, literally just saw, was there is a site. Oh shoot! I think I lost the site. Dang it! I don't have my reference. There is a site that is claiming that reshoots of the post-credit scene of the Black Adam has or is happening, one of the two, to include Henry Cavill as Superman. Now, this is rumor. This is not.
That would be awesome.
I would love it. But there was a tweet from Dwayne Johnson, and he was pretty vague in the tweet, though, basically saying that he remembers his days as wrestling for $40 a match in flea markets. And the thing he took the most out of that is you always listen to the audience. The audience will lead you in the right direction. Dwayne Johnson in the past has been very vocal that he would like to see Black Adam versus Superman, and there is a particular Superman he wants, and it's Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, my hope is with Dwayne Johnson's star power that he has, because he has a lot of star power. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping with his star power, his influence, that he will convince them Henry Cavill is the man to bring back as Superman. I don't think that's going to take much convincing, because I think the current CEO, the new CEO, I think he's on board for this. So,
yeah. Well, what did you say? One of the things you said this a long time ago, that he was like, the Warner Brothers Discovery CEO was like, why are we not using our most valuable asset?
Yes, he was quoted as saying that. He said, Superman and Batman are our most valuable assets.
Yeah.
Why are we not utilizing Superman? That was his quote. That was the quote for him. Why are we not utilizing our most powerful character? And you know, I've said it before. I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I like Superman in doses here and there. I love the Christopher Reeve Superman. I think he is pretty much the ultimate Superman. But I think
he was good though.
Really?
He's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Who's your ultimate Superman? I didn't know where you're going with this.
We're squirreling everybody. Henry Cavill. I love Henry Cavill. I do.
I love Henry Cavill too, and I think he's the best since Christopher Reeve. Honestly.
Oh yeah, he was better than Brandon Routh. But that Superman Returns movie, there was something wrong with it. It's hard for me to put my finger on it.
Well, it's not hard for me to put my finger on it, but illegitimate Superboy that bugs the crap out of me. Yeah, that was a problem.
Excuse me.
That was probably the biggest problem with that movie.
Excuse me.
I think Brandon Routh did a better job in the Berlantiverse, actually. When
he did great. Mm-hmm.
They brought him in as a little bit older Superman. I loved him there. I thought he was fantastic there. And I always forget his name. The guy that's playing him in Superman and Lois, or
I don't know his name.
The latest show. the latest
Yeah.
show, which is still ongoing, by the way. They moved it over to HBO Max.
Excuse me.
He's not bad. I like him. My biggest issue with him is one, when he was over on the Berlanti verse, they made Jimmy Olsen bigger than Superman, and that's kind of a problem.
I thought Brandon, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, was what's his face on Legends.
He was, but he also played Superman. He played an older Superman.
Yeah, they brought back his older Superman.
Yeah,
and the one from Smallville, Tom Welling, they brought him.
Now, Tom Welling, I really like him. Yeah, Tyler Hoechlin. I don't know how to say his last name either. Thank you, Angie.
Excuse me, everybody. I've been sneezing. I got to blow my nose. I apologize.
Yes, I loved Smallville. Smallville was a great show. Well, as Smallville went along, it was a great show. In the beginning, it kind of
first it had to find itself. Is
yeah,
what
it
you're
was
saying.
really rough. Well, that's because they finally got rid of the original people involved, and they had 2 rules: no flights, no tights. And once they got rid of that rule, things got better, because then they started introducing costumes, and I think they did a better job at that point.
Isn't that where the guy who plays Reacher, he played Aquaman?
I don't know who plays Reacher, so.
Oh, it's the guy who played Hawk in DC, the Titans.
Well, the first Aquaman in Smallville ended up being Arrow. Ended up being Green Arrow. They switched him to Green Arrow, and then they cast somebody else as Aquaman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Go back. There's actually, Steven, you disappeared.
I'm still here. Hang on a second.
He's been beamed to black.
Dun dun dun. I'm back.
There you go. Anyway, I think there's a what do you call it? A pilot with the original Aquaman who became Green Lantern out there. You could probably find it. And it's kind of funny to watch because he ends up being not Green Lantern, but Green Arrow.
I gotcha. Okay.
Anyway, so that's what we got for the news.
Awesome.
Anything on our Geekdar?
Geekdar. Well, Mike, you had made mention that you kept hearing about this movie.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to make it.
Oh, yeah. Let's make it official. What's on our Geekdar?
Well, you don't need that, Private. We're right here. Now, what is it? Now, what is it? I'm having trouble with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. It's not all he's lost.
All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. You had made mention that there was a movie out there that people keep talking about, and it's on Hulu, and it's Prey.
Oh, did you watch it?
No, but Kelly, my wife, and my stepson Troy watched it. And so they said it was good. Troy goes, it was a little gory.
That's kind of the way I like my Predator. So it's a plus in my category.
So, what'd you say, Megan?
I said that's very in line for that franchise.
Wait.
Yes.
To quote Arnold from the original movie, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Right. So anyway, I hopefully will have that watched this week because they said it was really good. And from my understanding, there is a connection to Predator 2.
Ooh.
So I'm like, really? So
what you're saying is we need to cover Prey.
I think we do need to cover Prey. Yes. So anyway, so I haven't watched it, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. So
it's on your Geekdar then.
It is on my Geekdar. So we may need to do an episode on it because everybody's talking about this movie and how good it is. Surprisingly good.
I'll be totally honest. When it was first announced, I had no interest in it because the last several Predator movies just have not been good, and I completely lost interest in the franchise. And I used to be a huge fan of Predator. I love 1 and 2. I think 1 and 2 are just great movies. But I lost complete interest in the Predator, but I keep seeing over and over again how much people like this movie. So I'm like, yeah, I think we got to look at this, and I think maybe we got to cover it. So we got a few things we got to get through before we can get to it, but yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Sounds good.
As the three geeky dads say, we'll be a little what do they say? Tardy to the party on that one. I like that phrase. I think that's a good phrase.
I like it. Yes.
So, last week I struggled a little on my Geekdar, and I had forgot about something. Because we ended up sidetracking and talking about Shark Week, but something that is on my Geekdar is the new ILM documentary on Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That is fantastic. If you are a Star Wars fan, watch this. Definitely watch this.
Okay.
It is so good. There are new interviews with George Lucas. There are new interviews with a lot of the original team that put together the original Star Wars. And, oh my gosh, it is so good. And they tell so many different stories that I'd never heard before. So, I mean, if you're into the behind the scenes stuff, you get a good look. You get a nice look at some of the how they built things. Because, dude, they weren't just building special effects. They were actually designing and creating the ways to build the special effects. So they had an impossible task to do. And I'll give just a slight little spoiler. I mean, some people know this story already, but George hired all these, let's face it, misfits to do the special effects work out of the Van Nuys warehouse in California. Okay. And he went off to Tunisia and to England to do the filming. Okay. So he's off in Tunisia and England, and in Tunisia, he had a terrible time. They picked the one place that hadn't rained in 40 years or something like that. And what happens? Lo and behold, they set up and there's a huge rainstorm. It destroyed the set. Okay. It was insane. George Lucas was losing it. And then, so once he gets things finished in Tunisia and England, he comes back to the States, goes back to Van Nuys, and he's like, "What do you got done for me?" "Well, we got 2 scenes. We have 2 scenes." And he's like, "What? I'm gone all this time, and all you got for me is 2 scenes, and you've spent how much money?" He was freaking out. But the thing is, they were developing the cameras and everything because the cameras didn't exist to be able to do the kind of shots that they were doing. So they were engineering the tools that they needed to build these shots and everything. It is a fantastic, fantastic documentary. I highly recommend it to any Star Wars fan out there. So I couldn't talk greater about this documentary. It's one of the best. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Disney did a great job. Granted, they're using some footage from older stuff too, because you're seeing shots from the old days that were really cool, But yeah, like I said, a lot of brand new interviews, really, really good. So can't praise that anymore.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go, everybody. Before we continue, we're hitting our 20-minute mark. So that's where we're like, oh, cut off. It's time to get we do got one more. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
We got one more thing we need to do real quick. So Megan's got a review that she wants to do real quick.
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
Bring Megan on.
Megan.
There you go. All right.
Here, let me get rid of the thing so we can see you. Let me get rid of the graphic here.
So
there you go.
Steve and I did not watch Lightyear. but you informed me that you did.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought we'd have you on to talk about Lightyear.
Yes.
It was very good. I absolutely loved it. And that's coming from somebody who does not like Buzz. I also loved the cartoon series that they did. But again, I've said this many times that if they would have given us a show for Woody, I would have absolutely adored it.
Woody's Roundup?
Yeah, I would have loved that. The only thing I don't really like is the continuity with trying to tie it into the Toy Story world, because they claim with the beginning that it's the movie that Andy watched that he fell in love with and it became his favorite movie. And that's
okay. I didn't realize that it was the movie that he watched. Okay, I didn't realize that. Interesting.
Oh.
So it's supposed to be a movie in the Toy Story universe.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see it being a movie in that universe, but I don't see it being the one that it doesn't fit exactly. But
in what way does it not fit? So you're saying, so if I'm understanding correctly, you're saying that this is the movie that Andy would have seen that created all the merchandising that we see at the birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
So the bed sheets, which I always thought, who brought that guy? You know, who brought that kid? You know, who got a bed sheets? So how does it not fit? How does it not fit
the Star Wars merchandising?
Like Star Wars merchandising, I see that. Right
I'm
on.
still collecting to this day.
How do I explain this? Just because, so you only get in the first movie, there's only toys of Buzz. There are other characters that are major and would have had toys that have toys now with the release of the movie. So there's that.
So you're concerned with the fact that this movie is just
continuity.
Buzz Lightyear and not Woody? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I'm saying in the universe of Toy Story, the only thing you saw, like if you take with Toy Story 2, I guess the second one, like if there was like another movie for that, they could have went into. But the point is, you only see toys of Buzz. You don't see toys of the other characters from the movie. Like you don't see.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Okay. So like, yeah, I have all the bounty hunters from Star Wars,
right?
Right. Okay, I get you.
There's only toys of Buzz. There's no other characters from.
Well, and that's probably because they never introduced any other. I mean, other than Buzz and the bad guy, Zurg and Buzz are the only characters they really introduced, at least in the Toy Story movies. But we did see, in the Lightyear cartoon series, there were other characters. But yeah, the only thing I can say is I guess Andy just didn't care about any other characters, which that's odd for a kid that loves a movie so much that he would only collect Buzz.
Right. So it's mostly just small continuity errors. And then the way that they do Zurg, I like it. It's a good twist.
How does Zurg look?
He different than the toy.
Okay.
He's a bit bulkier, which is why I think they were going with that's not the Zurg from Toy Story 2.
Oh.
But
because it was the toy, not the characters.
Well,
okay.
I mean, like, I don't think the Zurg that we get the toy in Toy Story 2 is supposed to be representing the Zurg in the Lightyear movie.
Oh, you think there's a different Zurg later?
Yes.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
but I do like what they did with it, and I like the explanation for the name Zurg, which I'm not going to go into.
Okay.
If anyone listening,
Yeah, no spoilers.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Well,
I can tell you all because I know you won't watch it, but that's after.
Okay.
But it's really great, and I really love it, and I would really recommend it. Just ignore the whole trying to tie it into the Toy Story universe.
So how
Gotcha.
many Buzz Lightyear starships do you give it?
9 out of 10.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
Definitely want to watch it again.
Huh?
Right on.
And Socks is one of my favorite characters. He's a little
Okay.
kitty.
All right.
Sorry about that. I'm flipping through stuff to make sure I'm keeping up with the thing. I accidentally put a chat in. Sorry. Anyway, thank you.
Sorry, I was looking at the chat. So
Yeah, I was trying to figure out.
At the toy stores, there was one Buzz on the shelf in Zurg. That, well, in all fairness, that's kind of a callback to Jingle All the Way, where everybody was wanting the one toy and nobody wants his pet or whatever, kind of a thing. It was kind of funny. So we got plenty of this character, but we don't have any of the main characters. So
peg warmer. Star Wars has plenty of peg warmers too, by the way. Right now it's Lando Calrissian and it's Miggs Mayfield.
Who's Miggs Mayfield?
He was in Mandalorian. The comedian. He's a comedian actually in real life. The bald guy.
From the very first episode?
No, he wasn't in the first episode. He was on a couple episodes. Remember, he's the one they broke out of prison. They went to prison, and then at the end of it,
that's okay.
they just let him go. Because he helped them and everything.
Oh, I do know who you're talking about.
He's the one that shot the Imperial.
I know who you're talking about.
Or
yes.
the Imperial officer. Just blew him away. He's a former stormtrooper, or not a stormtrooper, but a former Imperial trooper or something like that.
Right.
Because he said,
I know who you're talking about.
Stormtroopers can't shoot, so on and so forth. Anyway, his figure right now is just all over the place.
Right on. Okay.
You can get hundreds of them if you want. Anyway, all right, we should move on to our main topic.
Right on. Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Megan. All right, so our main topic is World War Hulk.
Dun, dun, dun. I put on their Hulk smash, puny humans.
Yeah, I love it. I love it when he says puny humans. One of my favorite things in Avengers was when Loki says something to him about being a god, and he picks Loki up and starts smashing him, and he goes, "Puny god!"
Right? Yep.
I
it was really good. So I have a confession to make. I did not get all this read in time.
Wow. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. I barely got it read.
But you're going to have to help me here, because I was like, when starting it, I was like, okay, no, wait a minute. Is this taking place after the events of kind of what we see in Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah. So I kind of messed up. We should have read Planet Hulk first, because Planet Hulk leads into World War Hulk. And yes, in Planet Hulk, what happens is the Illuminati, who I'm starting to believe they're earning their name, the Illuminati. I don't think they're really all that good. Anyway, the Illuminati decide that Hulk has become a problem on Earth, and they're going to shoot him up into space.
Now, I think it's important to say who is on the Illuminati, because that's a big deal in this whole first issue.
Sure. The Illuminati includes Reed Richards,
Iron Man,
Tony Stark, Doctor Strange.
What's his name? The guy we saw get killed in Multiverse of Madness.
Black Bolt. Yep.
Black Bolt.
And Professor X. And I think that's all in this one. I think they've had other members too in the past. So,
oh, sure. Okay.
But I think those are the main ones in here. But they make the decision that they are going to shoot Hulk off into space. They trick Hulk into going into space to infiltrate a ship that supposedly has these, I don't know, evil people or robots or I forget what.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they trick him, get him into the ship, and then send the ship off is what they do. And he ends up on the planet Sakaar, which I don't know if that was the name of the planet in Thor Ragnarok or not.
I believe it is, yeah.
Okay. So a lot of Planet Hulk is incorporated into, well, ideas of Planet Hulk were incorporated into Thor Ragnarok.
Okay. Because you get Korg.
Right. Korg is introduced in Planet Hulk, and he's also introduced it to us in the movies in Ragnarok, which I loved him in Ragnarok. I thought he was great.
It was good. Yes.
His name was Doug. Doug's dead.
You knew Doug.
I knew Doug. Yeah, I love Korg. Korg was great. He didn't quite have the personality in the comic books that he's got in the movies, though. He was good in the comic books. I liked him. Just, he wasn't a favorite like he was in the movies. So they did.
Right. But it was still the whole gladiator thing.
Yeah.
I mean, these are a group of gladiators that have come along with Hulk from his time at Sakaar.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know, Emperor, King, President, whatever you want to call it, Sakaar, basically turns Hulk into a gladiator there. He's a fighter. So while Hulk is there, Hulk meets a woman. We end up with a son of Hulk, which I actually had no idea until I read this, that Hulk had children. Apparently, I think he has 2 sons at some point. But anyway, so somehow the planet gets destroyed and his woman, I think, gets killed and the son gets killed, and Hulk is really pissed now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Hulk decides he's taking revenge on Earth. And he's going back to Earth, and he's bringing his gladiator buddies with him, and they are going to destroy the Earth because Hulk is ticked.
Yeah, and we also killed all their friends and all this kind of stuff too. Yeah, like would they say like 1 million people? They killed like 1 million people.
Yeah, something like that.
The Angie put it in the comments. The heroes, quote unquote heroes, sent a bomb.
Right, the heroes, and the heroes would be the Illuminati.
Right. What an interesting, that really caught me off guard in the first issue, because I was like, this is one of those stories where, the ends, the balance in storytelling, do the ends justify the means?
Yeah. Right.
And I'm thinking, you're going to try to kill 1 million people. How does that balance and stuff? So it was so out of character for quote unquote heroes.
Right.
But I was like, well, maybe this just isn't that kind of a story, or maybe it's an Elseworld story, or worse yet, maybe it's a multiverse story.
There's no, I think this is
it's canon.
I think it's canon. I believe it happens on Earth 616. So that should be canon as far as I know. But I still don't know all the Earth numbers and all that stuff.
Right.
But I think Earth 616 is the main, Earth in the Marvel multiverse, quote unquote. Yeah. So I don't know. This is kind of a balance of different morals, and there's some gray areas here and there. Is Hulk the bad guy in this? Is Hulk the good guy in this? Because in one sense, he's coming back for revenge of what the quote unquote heroes did to him and his new planet that they sent him to in exile. I mean, I'm sorry, if you sent the Hulk off in exile into this other planet, you succeeded at it. Why are you going to try to destroy it?
Plot device, by golly.
Well, yeah, I get it, but you're also talking about what's supposed to be some of our greatest heroes on Earth. I mean, yeah, that's
right.
That kind of makes them a little icky, you know?
Yep. Hey, Brian, welcome to the party.
What's up, Brian?
You are not tardy to the party. You may have missed that when we talked about it earlier today.
He's just coming in. He missed that. We borrowed your reference, Brian.
We sure did, by golly.
We'll probably borrow it again in a few weeks, but
we love the three geeky dads.
Yes,
and Tito.
Dads are awesome. And Tito. Don't want to leave Tito out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of questions of morality through this story. And you know, the funny thing is, reading through this, I like the story. I think it's a great story.
Okay.
And I like the Hulk. I'm a big fan of Hulk. Brian said we're influencers.
They are, yeah. Three geeky
Yes,
dads
are. You guys are
yes,
big.
You are
on us. That's funny. Oh, okay.
You were
sorry.
saying?
I was reading Angie's statement. She said, hold on, let me bring this up. This is one instance where I agree with Steven. I want the good guys to be good guys and bad guys to be bad guys. True. Because in this, you almost don't know who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. Because they're trying to make the Hulk out to be the bad guy. And I mean,
but at the same time, they're playing off the Hulk as, if this happened to you, would you not be the same? You know, kind of a thing.
Right. Because I mean, he is an uncontrollable monster. That is true. He is.
But if you've lost your wife, your kids, your friends, you know, this planet that you were ruling, you know, kind of a thing, you know, this is my kingdom and you took it out. Guess what I'm going to do?
Yeah, it's a moral dilemma is what it is. It really is.
In that sense, I get why they did the storytelling. I just think
they should have picked
good guys good, bad guys bad.
Yeah. So you're saying it would have been better if, like, I don't know, like the Brotherhood of Evil was the ones who were launching Hulk off into space or something like that instead of the Illuminati?
I don't know. I don't know. Because I haven't finished it and I feel bad. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't finish it. But I don't know. It's just good. It's just good storytelling. If it's the aspect that if the evil, a Brotherhood of Evil or whoever, let's say Doctor Doom for, you know, whatever, you know, launched and destroyed it for the whole purpose to get Hulk mad, to make him think that, you know, I mean, they exiled him though in the first place. Excuse me. The Illuminati exiled him in the first place. So you're going to think, well, what'd they do that for? And I'm sure that's all explained and stuff. And maybe you're right. We should have gone back to do Planet Hulk, but then to blow up everything. No, he said they did it. Iron Man said that they did it. They did it because they were trying to save their planet and stuff, you know. Again, it's the ends justify the means. That's the struggle for him.
Right. Like Brian just said, like Walking Dead, if we started with another group, would our heroes be the bad guys? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That question runs all through The Walking Dead. So, yeah, and
it's Brenda who said that.
I'm sorry, Brenda said that.
My wife, Brenda. Good thought, Brenda.
I do know the difference between my wife and Brian. Thank you very much.
Do you really? No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, I completely lost track of where I was at. Oh,
we were talking about Walking Dead and the concept that if it was a different group, would
but
you know, would Negan, for goodness sake, would Negan, if we followed Negan from the beginning, kind of how we went backwards in times, you know, to understand his backstory, then would he have been the good guys?
See, oh man, this could turn into a Walking Dead discussion, and I don't want it to.
Well, we're just giving an illustration to try to help us understand
things. Though there were certain things that Negan did that just made him a bad guy, but then
fair enough.
As things progressed, his character changed over time. I believe Negan has redeemed himself, even though he brutally murdered
two characters.
Yeah,
in the TV show,
right. In the TV show, right? He only brutally murdered one in the comic book, but two in the TV show,
right?
So, but I really do think he's redeemed himself since then. That's tough. That is really tough.
Right.
Redeem yourself after what he did.
Right.
I really believe he has. So, so yeah, I guess there's a question of does the Hulk redeem himself? But the thing is, not only do they launch Hulk into space, this ties into She-Hulk too. They inject her to try and remove the Hulk. I don't know what you call it, the Hulk thing from her. What did She-Hulk do?
Whoa.
She-Hulk's a lot less aggressive than the Hulk is, you know?
Right.
I read that and I'm like, ooh, this really paints them in a bad light, in my opinion. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then here's the other thing. So the Hulk comes back to Earth, and you have what's his face, the kid that Bruce Banner saved to turn into the Hulk. I can't think of his name. He plays into the story though, and they get him because they think he can calm the Hulk down, because in the past he's been one of those ones that could actually calm the Hulk. Right?
Hey, buddy, sun's getting real low.
Right. I don't think he says that, but still.
Same concept.
It's the concept. It is the concept.
Hey, big guy.
I don't know. It just seems weird him saying that to him, but
right.
I can't say if that's canon or not. I don't know. Right. Anyway,
right.
Angie seems to be changing his name. At one point, she said Gene, and then she says Robert something. And I forget. Please forgive me for not knowing his name, because I just don't remember it. But anyway. He is adamant that the Hulk is not a bad guy. That Hulk doesn't want to kill. He's adamant on this, even though he has been hurt by the Hulk several times. And he's like, look, the Hulk, his nature is not actually to kill humans. He's angry at humans. He doesn't like them, but he really doesn't want to kill them. And as the story progresses, you actually see he's right, because the Hulk keeps saying he's going to kill everyone and destroy everyone. But every chance he gets, he doesn't kill anyone. So,
dude, I thought Black Bolt got it. I mean, but
yeah. Out, huh? But then we also find out Black Bolt wasn't really Black Bolt either. It was Krull. It was a Krull. So, right. It wasn't really. He did kill. Well, he thought he killed Black Bolt, but I think that's because Black Bolt was in the Illuminati. I think he was willing to kill anyone in the Illuminati. I think that was true. I think that was really his main goal. I want to kill the Illuminati, and I want to scare the crap out of people so they don't ever try to do this to me again. Mm-hmm. I think that's really what the Hulk's motive was. And okay, is revenge the right thing? No, revenge isn't the right thing. We want justice. Justice and revenge are two different things. And the Hulk was going for revenge with this. Right.
Brian says Hulk is misunderstood. He just wants to be left alone.
This is true. He does. I agree with that. I agree. Which is why the one kid, Cho, I can't think. This is something that kept annoying me, especially in the early couple issues of this. Apparently, he is the 7th smartest person in the world, and they kept saying it over and over. I felt like I was watching Halloween Ends again, and evil dies tonight. He's the 7th smartest. Oh, shut up! I am so tired of hearing this. Oh my god! And when did evil dies? What is it with Marvel and ranking people's smarts? I mean, come on.
Right.
I don't know. That's annoying. Marvel, cut it out.
Right.
It's great to say Reed Richards is the smartest man. Okay, fine. But we do not have to number every one of your characters on how smart they are. Okay?
Right.
Stop it now. It's annoying. Cut it.
This was back in 2007 now. So,
hopefully they don't do it anymore, because that is freaking annoying, man. I kept reading that. I'm like, stop it. My rating's going down on this book.
Right on. Okay.
So, yeah, the more I think about it, I think the Hulk was painted as the hero in this. I really do. Because reading it, I wasn't 100% sure. I'm like, who's the bad guy here?
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, again, I think everything that I've read was ends justify the means.
right.
And that's just one of the things that just kills me about storytelling, but it is probably a good storytelling technique, motif or whatever. But just the heroes send him off and trick him because they have their reasons. Then Hulk comes back to really beat the snot out of him because he has his reasons, kind of a thing. So,
Angie
yeah.
commented, like She-Hulk said, they needed to be put on trial.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what I said. We should want justice, not revenge.
Right.
And I think revenge is a human, a natural human response. When you are done wrong, you want somebody to pay. You really do.
Yeah. You want to, as much as they've hurt you, you want to see them get hurt.
Yeah, you want to see them get hurt. But we shouldn't want revenge. We should want justice.
Yes.
And we need to quell our lust for revenge and go for justice. Because justice is the right way to do things,
Right.
And so I think that's the moral of the story, honestly. Don't go for revenge, go for justice. And and Hulk was going for revenge. Definitely. He wanted revenge. So
yeah.
I guess in that sense that's where we see the Hulk is wrong in this, but the Illuminati's definitely wrong.
Yeah, that was so weird to start off the whole series. I'm like, what in the world is going on?
So I'm saying justice is the American way. Well, truth, justice, and the American way. Oh, sorry, that's DC, not Marvel.
That's right.
Crossing the streams.
Don't cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams. What will happen if I cross the streams? Imagine every molecule in your body simultaneously exploding. Okay, that would be bad. Good safety.
Yep.
Good tip. So,
well, yeah, the battle scenes with the Hulk in those first two issues were really good. The whole Batman. Sorry. Iron Man. What?
You read a different edition than I did.
It was called Crossing the Streams edition.
I want to read that one. Who is Rick Jones? I don't know who that is. Rick Jones. I don't remember who Rick Jones was either. Did I say Rick Jones?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't remember.
That assumes I was paying attention to you.
Just
kidding.
Yeah, Angie,
Angie wants to jump in. Come on in, Angie.
Hey,
come
so
on in. The water's fine.
I'm talking about this guy here.
Okay, so she's showing up a panel, everybody. Got a dude in a red shirt that's standing right in front of Hulk.
Yeah, see,
looks like he's got to get squashed.
I get the kid who Hulk saved, for his origin. I get him and the other kid mixed up. So
yeah, like this one here, he was like, "Oh, I'm a friend of the Hulk," and like when everybody's in the crowd, there's like the guy's interviewing. So sorry, my iPad is.
Angie's all over the place with the electronic comic book.
Dun, dun, dun.
So in here you see the interviewer talking to the crowd, and the interviewer comes to this Rick Jones guy and says, and who are you? And he said, "I'm just looking for a friend," or something like that.
I think Rick Jones is the kid that I'm referring to.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the Robert guy that turned.
I don't know. I get all their names mixed up, and I'm not
the one that turns into.
They threw in a lot of characters
in
the series.
Rick Jones has been the sidekick friend to Bruce Banner, Hulk, Steve Rogers, Captain America, Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Wow.
Yeah. And it goes on. Rom, the Space Knight, Genesis Vel, Captain Marvel. Yeah, dang.
Yeah.
I think ultimately he's the one I'm referring to that the Hulk saved. Yes. Incredible Hulk, May 1st, 1962, as Bomb. Yep. He's the one I was referring to. Rick Jones.
Okay.
So.
My brain went to the movie Sky High. It is a sidekick.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's
stated by the great Bruce Campbell. Sidekick.
But yeah, I thought you were talking about the other guy that they're trying to get to come and talk to the Hulk. That his name's Robert something.
Yeah, that's I think Robert Cho.
That might be.
He's the one who's the 7th smartest man or smartest person in the world, and I just got so annoyed.
Yeah, it's this guy here that's sitting down. He didn't want to join the fight because he was afraid he would do something bad or something.
Yeah, at one point he kind of tricks the Hulk. I forget exactly what he did, but he
somebody pretended to be him, I think, and it wasn't really him. It was somebody pretending to be him because he was still at home.
Okay.
Or whatever. I'm trying to get to the panel so that way I can,
Yeah, it's kind of funny because he has a different take on the Hulk where he kind of sees the Hulk as, I want him to
Here it is.
Destroy people. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Rick Jones is like, no. Hulk doesn't kill people, So that they both have different motives, but they both want to help the Hulk, which is interesting. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, and I like how the president was trying to persuade him to go help, and he was just like sitting there ignoring him and everything, and because of the fear of whatever happened in the previous comic where he apparently did some serious damage and caused, from what I took, he caused some kind of infringement between him and the Hulk. And I think he was afraid that he would do more damage than good, which is kind of interesting because even Doctor Strange comes to an awareness of, what we did wasn't really good. Like, we think we did good, but we really didn't. And then, of course, you got Iron Man, Mr., narcissist going, no, this is good. Like, what we did and blah, 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 yeah.
I love Iron Man. Don't get me wrong. I love Iron Man, but after the whole, registering with the government and stuff, I hate him.
Yeah.
And that's where we are in the timeline for this.
Yeah, because he just made a mention between him and Doctor Strange. He was saying something about registering people, and he was like, you need something about you need to get these people out or something. And he was like, well, I'll get them out, but they need to be registered or something really crazy is what they said in the comic. And
almost like the government will give you a pardon if you help this and register with the government and everything.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And it's I have issues with that. I have major issues with that.
Which is funny because it brings me back to the movie where Cap sat there and said, almost something to the effect of how would that make us different than the Nazis and all this kind of stuff, And it was
Yep.
So anyways, thanks guys.
Nice t-shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This is one of the newer ones. So I've got one that looks like this, and then I've got one with the green sleeves, and I actually like the green sleeved one. It's better.
Yeah, I tried to wear.
I might have a red one as well, but yeah.
I tried to wear our new Monster Hand one today, and I couldn't wear it because it's green and it doesn't show. And I look like a floating head.
You did look like a floating head. It was actually pretty funny.
For those that are actually watching this and not just listening, this is, has the logo right there. So it's pretty cool.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
Thanks, Angie.
So ultimately, I think this was good reading material. I would highly suggest it to anyone who's a Hulk fan. I think it's pretty interesting because it's got a lot of ties to Thor Ragnarok. Because there was a lot of elements between Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. Yeah, that's another thing. If you're going to read this, read Planet Hulk first. That was my mistake, but
that's okay.
I should do a little more research on what to read before we do these shows.
That's okay. That's all right. Let me ask you this, though. In your opinion, how does this flow into or give us a good sense of what the She-Hulk series may be?
I've heard rumors that there's still going to be some elements from Planet Hulk and World War Hulk that may play into the She-Hulk. Because, for instance, if anyone's seen the trailer, the latest trailer, She-Hulk's origin starts with this ship coming in, and nobody knows who that ship is.
Oh, right.
And there's some people that think that might lead something into Sakaar. I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah. I mean, it looked kind of like one of the Sicarian ships that we saw.
Right.
The party ship.
I thought the big thing that was interesting when I read it was I had no idea that She-Hulk would play any kind of role in this story at all. And when they brought it up that the Illuminati tried to remove her powers, I was like, wow, okay. And I don't know, maybe we'll see an element of that. I think there was more elements of Thor Ragnarok in this series than, She-Hulk, but it just gives you a better understanding of the Hulk. Now, next week, we're going to discuss She-Hulk. We're going to go into issues 1 and 2 of, help me with the titles, Sensational She-Hulk and Savage She-Hulk. Savage She-Hulk is the original She-Hulk series. It started like in 1980. I don't remember. And then, or maybe it was 1960. I don't remember. I don't know. Whenever it started. And then they reintroduced the She-Hulk later in the 80s, and that was the Sensational She-Hulk. So what I think we're going to get out of that is I think we're going to get the origin story, which comes out of Savage She-Hulk. And then I think you're going to get elements of what we're going to see in the series in Sensational She-Hulk. Because I know in Sensation, I used to buy some of the Sensational She-Hulks. I wasn't like a avid collector when I was a kid, but I bought a few issues here and there. I thought she was funny. I liked her. I liked her comic book. And the thing about She-Hulk is she's really one of the first ones to quote unquote break the fourth wall. Where she's aware in the comic book and she's talking to the audience directly as her character.
And we see some of that in the trailers.
Right. We see a little bit of that trailers. So Deadpool gets a lot of credit for that nowadays because, people have been introduced to Deadpool now and he does that. And he's been famous for it in his comic book too. But the truth is She-Hulk did it first. She did it before Deadpool did. Not to take anything away from the Deadpool character. I'm just saying.
Oh, right.
Those who don't know comic book history, She-Hulk did it first. Deadpool was not the first character to do that. So, but we are going to see elements of that She-Hulk in the She-Hulk TV series. Okay, Angie just confirmed Savage came from 1980. Thank you, Angie.
Thank you.
One of our Tito's.
Woohoo!
Bless you. All right. So,
well, now the looks like she breaks the fourth wall. Looks like Bruce Banner is in Hulk form, kind of a thing. What's that called? Which kind of Hulk is that called? Dr. Hulk?
Oh, that's called Professor Hulk.
Professor Hulk.
When you have the combination of Bruce Banner and the Hulk. So he stays 100% in the Hulk form, but he's still got the brain and intelligence of Bruce Banner. So, which is
I gotcha.
Basically what they're portraying in the TV show right now. I just don't think he's quite as good as the comic book character, in my opinion.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right.
I think the comics get that character better. We don't see him doing yoga in the comic books.
Did I hear you say much more betterer?
Oh, much more better.
Cheers, everybody.
My coffee's getting cold.
My rock star's getting warm.
Okay. Brian did. My rock star's getting warm. Brian just confirmed it was John Bryan's run on the She-Hulk in the 90s that made it a really hot book. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Mm.
And that's where the fourth wall breaking came from. Rob Liefeld,
Liefeld,
or stole that for
Deadpool.
Yeah, you mean kind of like he stole Deadpool from Deathstroke. He did. He worked for DC first, and he wanted to create Marvel's version of Deathstroke. Yeah, he's just a copy. He's
right
not the
on.
real Deathstroke's the real thing. Trying to goat my daughter into it because she's more of a Deadpool fan. She's ignoring me though.
I am.
That's funny. Did we do a Deathstroke versus Deadpool episode long time ago?
Yeah, go back and listen to the Deathstroke versus Deadpool episode.
Yeah.
I like Deadpool. I like Deathstroke better though.
Deathstroke is much more betterer.
He's much more better. Yeah. Oh. So I think that's all I got on World War Hulk.
Okay. It is an interesting story. I actually will finish it because I'm like,
Well, that's
because
good.
now I'm intrigued and I'm frustrated with this whole who's the bad guy kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good story. If you're a Hulk fan, yeah, I think it's pretty essential to your reading if you are definitely a Hulk fan. I don't think it's totally necessary that you have to read it before She-Hulk, but just gives you some of the motives of the Incredible Hulk. You know?
Yes, I agree. I'm so sorry. The reason I'm laughing is Brian. I think this is going to happen, everybody. Liefeld is a hack. We could do a whole episode together about that. No talent, can't draw, feet to save his life guy.
Wow.
The gauntlet has been dropped.
Brian, can you tell us how you really feel? That's funny.
So I have some of the first episodes.
Maybe we will have to do an episode with Brian on that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Right.
So when was it Valiant first came out and they did Youngblood and it was Rob Liefeld, Rob Liefeld. Oh, he's great and stuff.
Was he responsible for Youngblood?
I believe he was. I'll have to double check because I haven't gone back to verify yet.
Youngblood was an Image comic, right?
It was Image. Sorry, it was Image. Yeah, not Valiant. It was Image.
Because
Image and Valiant were about the same time when they did their first starts.
He's one of the upstarts that left with.
Yeah. And this is a squirrel, everybody. I'm so sorry, but they're like, oh, the artwork's great. It's Rob Liefeld. I'm thinking, I do not like this style. I only had the first issue. The first couple of issues. Okay, Angie confirmed. Yeah, he did do Youngblood. I didn't like the style. It was just weird. It was just a weird style, and I didn't like it. So,
yeah, he's one of the ones that left DC and Marvel to go with Todd McFarlane to create Image. And was Jim? I think Jim Lee was one of them too, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. And
I'll have to pull them out. I've got all those first issues of all that, the whole run of when Image began. I got most of the first issues of stuff.
Nice. I had all of Spawn because I was a huge Spawn fan. I love Spawn. Yeah, left field, Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane. Yeah, they were the upstarts that created Image. Wow. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I thought Valiant Exo Man of War had better art than
Wait a minute. Was it much more better?
It was much more better. Well played. Ding.
This is funny. We went from World War Hulk to Image.
Yeah. We probably should do it. I should get out some of those old books and talk about those. Ooh, maybe even a giveaway. Ooh, wouldn't that be fun?
Okay.
Bob Layton. Thank you, Stephen Boster. Oh, was he the guy who did Exo Man of War? Because I don't know. I just know it was good. And plus, you know what else I have? I bought a box of the Valiant cards, the collectible cards, that first series, and I have the full set, and I have the special edition Exo Man of War. It's all sparkly. Yeah.
Okay. Andy's asking what our rating on World War Hulk is.
I fairly cannot give you a rating only because I didn't finish it.
That's the only reason I held off is because Steven hadn't finished it yet. But
I'm the loser.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we can use for a rating. Geez. I don't know. Gladiators. We'll just Hulk Gladiators. Okay. I would go probably an 8 out of 10 Hulk Gladiators on this.
Okay.
I would give it a 9 had I had not heard the reference of the seventh smartest man a billion
over and over and over.
Issue 2. If I hadn't heard that 10 trillion times read that trillion times, I probably would have given it a higher score. But that really takes my rating down because I was so annoyed. I was almost
Evil
annoyed.
dies tonight.
Yes, exactly. Evil dies tonight. We know evil doesn't die tonight, you idiots, because this is the middle movie.
Right. Halloween Kills. Yeah, get ready for Halloween Ends.
What was that, Steven?
Yeah, the Halloween Kills movie.
Yes, the Halloween Kills.
Leading up to Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends is coming soon.
Is there an actual release date?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's in October. So
I assume it's Halloween.
No, it's before Halloween. It's before Halloween. I think it's like the 15th or something. I had to look the calendar.
Oh, just before. That makes sense. Sure.
Do what?
14th.
It makes sense
14th.
Just before Halloween to have it.
Close.
Yeah.
At least
I completely missed what you said, Steven. You sound like you were underwater to me.
I probably was.
Are you now Aquaman?
Bloop, 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 swimming, bloop, 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 bloop.
Okay. Well,
all right.
Yeah, I will give it 8 out of 10.
Right on. Well, I'll finish it and I'll let everybody know next episode and stuff. So
right, cool. Okay.
All right, everybody. Well, hey, thanks for joining us for another fun-filled, crazy episode of Two Geeks and a Microphone. So I'm pretty excited. Hey, if you have not signed up on our Ko-fi page for support, we want to encourage you to do so. And here's why. Here's the dealio. So we changed our pricing we have 3 tiers. We went from $1 a month, $2 a month to $3 a month because we thought, you know what, we're still building content. So as we continue to build content, just to say thank you for being a part of the show and helping support us. We are doing all kinds of neat things. And so we thought, well, let's just change the pricing to be fair and be open. So the other thing about that is that we want to encourage you about is that we have been putting out sci-fi episodes. And so with the sci-fi episodes, I'm pretty excited about that because we are getting ready to have another one come out this week on, Mike, you want to tell everybody?
Twilight Zone.
We're
We're going to compare the movie to the original episodes that inspired the stories in the film. And
I'm looking forward to this conversation. I really am.
I love Twilight Zone.
You know,
do a regular episode.
What'd you say, Megan?
I said we still need to do a regular episode of Twilight Zone in general.
Oh,
well, that's why you've got to get on our Ko-fi page. I'm just teasing everybody. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's our sci-fi thing. I could see where we could be doing some specific episodes of Twilight Zone and stuff. Just to give everyone a preview, I was really impressed on who was behind the movie, the different stories and who worked on it. And, you know, you got John Landis, you got Steven Spielberg. And so just to give everybody a preview, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the stories. Oh my goodness. When it opened up the first story, even before the credits, I was like, is that Dan Aykroyd? He looks so young.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So anyway, we're looking forward to
lose himself, man.
That's right, by golly. You want to see something really scary?
I love that. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. And even at the very end, I was like, oh, that's awesome. So we are so going to enjoy it. Yes, Brenda, save it for the podcast. Yes, I am. I'm just giving everybody a teaser. So if you sign up, even if you just shoot us some support, the $2, you'll get the audio podcast. If you do if you do the $3 tier, you'll get the video podcast. So I am pretty excited about having this discussion. So we're continuing that sci-fi series. The other thing about even at $1 a month, you get access to all kinds of other stuff. And one of the things that we've been talking about is you're going to hear Steven go watches horror movies. And so I'm pretty excited. You're going to start seeing those real soon because we got our logo done.
Yeah, we got a new t-shirt too. Actually, t-shirt, mug, stickers, or no, not stickers. Well, yeah, I guess you could use stickers, magnets. I don't know, all the usual stuff.
So if you go to our merch page, you'll see that. Now you'll see the new logo for that. So I'm pretty excited.
So yeah, I tried to wear my new one, but it didn't work.
It's great. It's a floating head. It was great. It was
pretty funny.
Yeah, but hey, we really appreciate you, everybody, and stuff. So even at the first tier, you'll get access to our Discord page, which we're still building and working on. So even that first tier, since we're building it, we're at the very beginning. That goes for everybody. The Steven Watches Horror Movies podcast is primarily just any support, you get access to that. The other thing I want to share with everybody is that we're still trying to convince Mike to do his own podcast called Mike Has Issues, where he talks comic books.
Okay. Well, it's not happening this week. I'm on vacation this week, so
right on. That'll be great.
Yes.
That'll be great.
I'm looking forward to getting away from things for a few days.
Right on. That will be awesome for you. I hope you have a great time. Hope you have a wonderful time.
You notice I'm going on vacation. I'm still here on the podcast, though. Unlike other slackers.
I'm a slacker. I'm a big fat slacker. And
I don't know how fat you are, but you're a slacker.
Brenda, he's all mine. That's sweet. You get them all to yourself, Brenda. All right. Well, with that, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Mike, is there anything else that I've left off? Because I feel like I am forgetting something somewhere.
Did you mention our website?
2geeksmike.com. Yeah, that's our hub for everything. Sorry about that. Yes.
So you can get to our Facebook page, our Ko-fi page, our merch page, where you can get all things 2 Geeks Mike merchandise there. Every little bit helps. Go buy yourself a t-shirt or something. Show off your love for the show, please. Also make sure you go on Facebook, like and follow us on Facebook, like and follow us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Those things help build the audience. And
use Apple. If you use Apple, please rate us on Apple because
anywhere you have access to a rating, where you can give us a rating, please do.
Yep.
And if you do, shoot us a message and give us a screenshot and we'll read it on the podcast too. You know. We'll show our thanks for that. We really appreciate any help you can. And most of all, share us with a friend. If you got a friend who's into geek stuff, share the show with a friend. That's the way we build, and we'd like to see it build more. So
I tell you what, we've made some incredible friends over the last year and a half.
Yes, we have.
I have been blessed with just the friendships that we've made, and it's been a lot of fun. And so we look forward to getting to meet your friends.
Right. Jeff and Zig of Nerdery and Murdery have been amazing. We love those guys. I listen to their show every week. It's fantastic. Of course, I held off on last week's because I'm going to listen to it while I'm on vacation. I wanted
right on.
and Mark and Brian and Derek and Tito, we love you guys on Three Geeky Dads. You guys are fantastic. Again, on last week's because I'm holding it for vacation. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys. So,
yep. All right. Well, with that, Mike, it's all you, my friend.
over and out, and Hulk smash puny humans. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,